Welcome back, y'all. This is the Super Biased Sports Show. You already know where a fan can be a fan no matter how biased your take is. It's your boy, The Bonnet,
It's tea time.
and we're going to get right into things, man. It is lit today.
How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now? Tell me how you like me now. How you like me?
All right. Well, first off, let's just start off with how has your day been? Just real
Honestly,
simple.
it's been nothing. I stayed home today. I was like, I ain't going to work. I'm chilling. So I chilled out for the day. So it's been easy. Easy. It's been a lot of news going on in the NFL though.
Oh, yeah. It's
A
lit in the
lot of
NFL.
news. Yeah.
It's lit today. I was like,
Phone been going
what?
crazy.
I was like, let's go. So for me, I've been cool trying to deal with these brakes because my truck is saying that the brake got 80% life, but I'm hearing squeaking.
Oh,
So yeah.
yeah. I know how that is. Just got mine done. Just got mine done.
So gotta go get those done. Good thing my mechanic, he don't charge much to put them on. I just
There you
gotta
go.
pay for the cost
Get
of
them parts.
the brakes and these.
Hmm.
I'm thinking about getting rotors too, but I'm like, rotors is a lot. It's expensive.
Yeah. I just did everything. Brakes, rotors, all the way around. It wasn't fun.
I'm like, I ain't looking to drop in no 400 or 500. I was like, yeah, no. When I got my front brakes done, I paid what, about 100 and something for the gold ones.
Yeah.
Then I took it to my mechanic, put them in for me for $50. Can't argue
Can't
with
go
that.
wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that.
Can't argue with that. And I've been going to him forever. But let's get into this. So first, we're gonna go ahead and talk about players holding out. There is who is it? There's two. I would say one huge name and then another big name. Well,
Yeah.
first we're gonna talk about Nick Bosa. He is
Now
holding out.
Joey Bosa.
Joey
No, it's
Bosa.
no,
Sorry,
no, no, no.
no,
You're
it
right.
is
It's
Nick
Nick Bosa.
Bosa for
It
San
is Nick
Fran.
Bosa. It's
Yeah,
too many Bosas. It's too many Bosas. The other Bosa got paid
he
already.
got paid last year, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's holding out. But it seems like they're gonna come up with a contract extension. They just working out the final details. But if they don't, he said, "I am not playing until I get my contract."
Yeah. Which
De-
it's
Defensive
been a
Player
big
of the
thing.
Year.
He got to be the highest paid, right? Like,
Exactly. Boy, that contract is gonna look crazy.
yeah, he gotta get paid because dude been
He's
balling
defensive player of literally the defensive player of the year.
and
Like,
on one of the arguably the best defense in the league. Like they're not paying their quarterback no money, so they got it. They got the money to be able to break him off, right? So it only makes sense. It definitely makes sense. What I was trying to look up real quick. What's the market
the
looking like for
base.
edge rusher?
Oh my gosh, the edge rushers are treated like QBs
Right?
because QB is the most important, and then on the defense, the edge rusher is arguably the most important. Even though they're
Yeah.
not getting to the quarterback every single play, but they're super important.
Right. So okay, here we go. TJ Watt is at 28 million a year. Sheesh. 80 of that
Yeah,
was fully guaranteed. Joey Bosa, the brother, is at 27 million a year. He had 78 fully guaranteed. And then Miles Garrett is at 25 mil a year. 50 of that was fully guaranteed.
mm.
So he's gonna be up there. He's probably gonna hit 30.
He got to be the highest paid defensive player of the year.
That's
See,
that's
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 all.
that's quarterback money. 30 mil a year. That's
That's
quarterback
exactly what I was telling you. They're up there with the quarterbacks.
money.
It don't make no
That's
sense.
That's definitely quarterback money. And I mean, if you are the defensive player of the year, especially at that position, it kind of makes sense, man. Like, so I'm with him though. I mean, the only play is to hold out. You know, no point in going. Make them pay you. Get it done with. You know, and kind of keep it pushing, which puts us even Dallas. We got Zach Martin, one of our offensive linemen. Same deal. He feels like he's grossly underpaid for the value that he holds for our offensive line, which he's not wrong. So, you know, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what comes of that because, you know, which we're going to talk about, but we just paid Diggs. So it's like now some dominoes is going to start, you know, falling into place, especially with the way that his contract panned out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But you know, you got some holdouts from guys who should have been paid or are expecting to get paid. You know, so we'll see what happens. But those are two of the biggest ones that we've heard about so far. And then obviously we know what's been going on with the running backs. You know, certain running backs still haven't. You know, they didn't get paid. So now we need to see what's going to happen up, you know, with all that because Josh Jacobs, he's
Still
another
out
one.
there.
Technically, that's, you know, I
He's
would
the
even
best running back in the league, technically, from a yardage standpoint.
I'd put him with the, you know, holdouts basically because
he
still hasn't got his
out.
contract, you know. So
and now he only could sign a 1 year or the extension, but
yeah. So it'll be interesting. It'll be I'm trying to see something. It'll be interesting to see what comes of it. I'm trying to look up the offensive line, see what their market is for that.
Oh, the offensive line. They're up there with the QBs too. A little bit under.
Right. Let's see. I know tackles. See, Zach Martin is a guard.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's just crazy how the running backs they just don't get paid. They right under kickers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just no real love. You know what though? I guess he's not too far off. But I mean, unless this isn't updated, Zach Martin right now is the second highest paid guard in the NFL. You got Chris Lindstrom. He's coming in at $20.5 million a year. And then Zach Martin is at 14. But that's okay. All right. I see.
Yeah.
Zach Martin has the total value, but his average per year is one of the lower because then he's got guys behind him that are coming in at 16, 20, 17, 11. So it sounds like he just wants to get closer to that 20 mark. You know, he wants to be up there because he's got the 84. So his total contract was for 6 years was for $84 million. But then Chris Lindstrom signed a 5-year contract for 102. So he probably wants to be a little bit closer. So that makes sense. That definitely makes sense to try to get up a little bit higher. So we'll see. I mean, I think Steven and Jerry is definitely going to take care of him.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we getting some alerts.
They sound like it.
Yeah. I think boy getting paid.
Oh. The Chargers. Ooh. Uh-oh. The Chargers and Justin Herbert have agreed to terms on a blockbuster 5-year extension worth $262.5 million.
Hold on. We gotta go to that. Let me bring that up. Hold up.
What? Joey just not Joey. Herbert just got the bag.
Bruh.
Woo! Look at that face.
Hey, yeah.
My boy just got the bag. 5-year 262.
That's insane.
That's 50. If I'm doing this right, that's 52 mil a year.
What is the
We got to get the contract
guaranteed?
details. Yeah, we got.
We probably ain't gonna get it right now, but jeez.
If that's, I mean, he's up. That's crazy. Just breaking it down, 262 and a half over 5 years is 52 mil a year. If he getting that, that's wicked, man.
Bruh.
This is crazy. And running backs can't even get 10 mil.
10. They like, bruh. This is insane. 200. Well, what he wasn't even due. He wasn't even due yet.
Well, no, he was. It was supposed to be. So we should be hearing about.
I forgot about the Bengals. The Bengals do. What's his name? He's supposed to be getting paid. He's supposed to be getting paid too. I just remember that.
Burrow.
Oh yeah, all of them are supposed to be getting paid.
Right. So, all right, if you look at it, Lamar and Jalen. So Lamar's is 260 mil, and then Jalen is 255 mil. So he should be right up under Lamar, but yeah, Lamar's getting 52 a year. So with 135 fully guaranteed. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure we'll see. We'll catch that information.
I ain't gonna lie. Pedro is right there. It's over. Joe was beating to break that bank. Joe, you're right. What did he do to get that? I'm gonna tell you what he did to get that. That's what he did to get that.
Nah, listen, honestly, he's playing the position at the right time. They giving this money to the quarterbacks. It's a quarterback driven league, and yeah, he hasn't done nothing, but I mean, the potential is there. I mean, you gotta recognize that he's a top 10 quarterback. So top 10 quarterback's gonna get that type of money, and they gotta pay him. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. But he's up there then. If I'm looking at it right, that means he's over Jalen Hurts money, and Jalen just played in the Super Bowl. That's wicked.
Bruh.
That's wicked.
Bruh. And guess what? They don't want to pay Austin Eckler.
Bruh.
And Austin Eckler, a lot of his touchdowns was receiving touchdowns.
That's a fact. Joe, you listen, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, they made it to the playoffs. So, but I'm right there with you. I mean, it's not like he's like a, MVP
like Joe Burrow.
Or, he's been in the league a few years now. He hasn't come close to, I don't even think they've made the division or the conference. So, a little spicy.
Yeah, I just put it up there. Go ahead. You got it.
No, sorry.
Right, spicy.
AJ said Herbert is better than Jalen, in my opinion.
It's just Jalen got them legs. He's dual.
You need to pause on that one.
Hey.
I would I would say this. It depends on the style of quarterback that you are going for. Joe said AJ is drunk. You can definitely, this is debatable. This is definitely debatable with either one of these quarterbacks. Like, you can make a case for him, you can definitely do that. So I can see it a little bit on both sides. Crazy because they made Lamar beg for the money.
He begged, he crawled, and you know why?
He got
then.
They drug that man through the media. They drug him through the media just to eventually end up paying him, which was crazy, But I mean, we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming, so it'll be pretty interesting to see, like I said, the contract details of this, and it'll be even more interesting to see what happens with
What's the guaranteed? Do you
guaranteed
think he's getting over 180 guaranteed? I think he's gonna hit the 2 million mark,
to
fully
what
guaranteed.
200 million?
Hmm
You
I think
think?
he about to get 200 million
Let's see. I mean,
because Lamar got
close.
what 180,
Lamar got 185,
right?
but this contract is not too. Lamar's total value is 260, and Herbert's is 262 and a half.
Well,
So
Joe said he get a 195.
I was just about to say I would think he's going to be about 190, somewhere in that range. So I don't think it's going to be too crazy. But then you still got Joe Burrow. All they doing is all these quarterbacks, they're going to top each other by a couple $1,000,000, right? Like
Oh,
you got to look
Pedro
at it.
got the guaranteed. Look,
Jalen Hurts is 179. Okay, is
wait,
that
that's
is that
a
confirmed? Is that
is that
confirmed or is it
confirmed, Pedro? This is coming in hot.
because you got Hurts is
Yeah,
that
he said per Adam Scheffner. He said per Adam
okay?
Scheffner. So
Okay, yeah, that's not
he getting a little bit lower.
that sounds like it's one of them. That sounds like a Jalen Hurts type deal. Then I'd
Hmm
be interested to see.
A
I
little
really want
bit
to see
more
the
team
details.
friendly.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm not seeing the fully guarantees yet though. But, I mean, I am all over the place. This just kind of took us by surprise.
Right. Because my phone was just that was Adam
Yeah.
Scheffner texting me everything to let me know what's going on.
Oh
So I
man,
was like,
he was hitting you up, huh? Yeah. I mean, Jalen is better in Joe. I mean,
talking
Jalen is
about
better
Joe.
in Joe's opinion, but he never had over 4,000 yards each season, just like Justin's never had over.
Mhm.
Like Justin has never had over 5,000. Nah, exactly. I mean, like I said, it really comes down to the type of QB you're looking for, and what justifies, what. I think they did this because they got to pay Bosa soon too. Nah, they just paid Bosa though.
No, they just played Bosa, I think, last year.
Yeah,
What's his
yeah.
name?
Joey
Is it
Bosa is
Joey?
at he's at he goes up for free agency in 2026. So no, Joey just got paid. He's 27 mil a year. So
Hmm
he's set for a little bit. He's set for a
Yeah.
little bit on that.
Now this is what is upsetting me. This team, Austin Eckler wants he wants a new contract because
For
he's
sure.
getting paid with the production on the field that he's given.
Yeah,
But they told that man, now you could go find a trade partner
right. Which is pretty
because we don't
crazy.
want to pay you, and then nobody wants him.
Right.
This is ridiculous.
It's different, man.
Uh-oh. He said Herbo is him.
Herbo is him. Weapons that the newly extended quarterback Justin Herbert will be working with this season, along with new offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, includes running back Austin Eckler, wide receiver Keenan Allen, wide receiver Mike Williams, wide receiver Quentin Johnston, tight end Gerald Everett.
But Keenan won out.
Keenan Allen won out? Nah, you mean
Yeah.
Eckler won out.
No, wasn't it? It was some rumbles after the season over there. He wanted out.
Oh, but he was hurt a lot of the year too.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert is now the third quarterback this offseason to sign a market resetting 5-year contract extension. So, see, I still haven't seen anything about the guarantees though. So maybe we'll see it. We'll see what happens. But I mean, that's crazy. That's I mean, good for him. But like I said, now I mean, Joe Burrow's the last one at this point. He's the last one to cash in. But I want to see what his is going to look like because he got other players that he got to think about too. Chase,
Mm-hmm.
Higgs, T. Higgin, and
Uh-oh.
so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, this is crazy. But man,
Also, Justin
I,
Herbert was drafted with weapons already, and Jalen didn't have any weapons until.
after he
Yeah,
was
but
drafted, man.
okay. I mean,
Eh,
that's got nothing to do with the player, though. That has nothing to do with the player. That's all within the organization. Philly was going through a transition, but you still. I don't know how Philly fans can negate the fact that y'all had a number one receiver before AJ. Yeah, just because he was a rookie doesn't mean anything. Smith came in, he was your number one receiver. Now, y'all
mm-hmm.
Philly chose to draft the players that they chose to draft. So you can't really put that. Y'all had a chance to take CD Lamb and y'all chose to take the other dude, right? Like that's on y'all, but you can't punish Herbert for having weapons. It's a stat driven league, but at the same time it's a result driven league. So that's why I say you can argue this either way. You can certainly argue it saying that Jalen is the better guy because he's more successful and got to a Super Bowl. You could argue Herbert is a better guy because he's got the stats.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, I mean, Jalen had 2,000-yard receivers this year. They still ran the ball. He was pretty close to
These comments is funny.
oh yeah.
News they gave him 268 mil to
They
go
get
8 and 9. Boy, if they go 8 and 9, that's crazy. The
That's a
old boy
fact.
said I'd rather have Dak on his current contract. Jerry Jones did it at the right time, man.
Listen, and so we had to suffer a while through it, but honestly, if Jerry and them definitely screwed up with the Ezekiel Elliott deal, they should have. Hindsight's 2020. They should have dealt with Dak first, and we would have been in a lot better position. But Dak knew what he was doing at the same time because look, Dak can get his contract restructured. Or extended, not a restructure. He already restructured it. He can get it extended. This is the time that Dak was fighting for because he knew. Look at what they averaging $50 million a year right now, right? Like,
look, when Danny Dimes got his crazy
40
amount of money,
40.
Daniel Jones, what did you think that these other quarterbacks was about?
But just think about this. Just a few months ago, we was doing shows and we were talking about quarterbacks, and we were talking about 30 some odd $1 million. Like we were saying 40
right, because
was on the
Rodgers
high
had
end.
the highest. Because Rodgers had
Yes.
42 or something like that.
I gotta find his name now. Like, oh, there he is. Rodgers is at 50, right? And
because they
were
did it.
Right. And but I believe you are right. At that time, we were looking more so at like the 40. This was it. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun. We were looking at that 49, 46 range, and we were like, that's crazy. We thought they were going to inch just above that. Boy, they about to surpass this. 52.
They resetting. Everybody's resetting.
Everybody.
And boy, Joe Burrow going to hit 300. If they hit these numbers, he should. Let me say,
Dak is going to sign
be getting like
contract. Dak might be up sooner than you think. It might happen because of the fact that we gotta take care of Martin. We just took care of Diggs. We still got CD that we got to deal with. We got Terrence still. So if we deal Dak's contract like sooner rather than later, that's going to free up a lot of money to be able to take care of a lot of these other dudes. So, it's pretty cool. I mean, we on the topic of guys getting paid. I mean, that's dope. Let's talk about the one that came out this morning. Let's talk about Saquon. Then that'll kind of drive.
Finally, I'm a little upset about it, still because Saquon should have got paid a while ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I think he turned out 15 mil at the beginning of the season on a midway.
Mm-hmm.
But they could have offered him that back again, and we would have been straight. Am I happy that he signed the 1-year extension? Absolutely, because we went from a 4-win team to about a 10 to 12-win team now with Saquon Barkley. He just literally 7 wins was because of him last year. 7 wins. But he got to. I hope he get a real contract.
So Pedro said, I think the way they pay Barkley is going to be the future. Low contract with super high incentive. I honestly don't think it's sustainable. I think that Saquon is getting disrespected, and the
Oh,
Giants.
absolutely.
This was a deal that only benefit the Giants. How do you, first of all, his incentives are not tied to Saquon's success. His incentives are tied to the team's success. What the team does will dictate if he gets that extra $900 some odd $1,000.
Christian
It's not,
McCaffrey. He has who's the
yeah,
highest paid running back.
McCaffrey is. This is a
16.
1-year deal. There is no security. This is nothing. This is no better than the franchise tag, and he can still get hurt, and they can still franchise tag him again next year.
Again.
So it's like this only benefits the Giants in this way, and they didn't give him much. They gave him $900 something thousand. Like, that's not a lot. He's got, this is an $11 million contract with $10 million is fully guaranteed. 900,000 is tied to incentives. That's ridiculous. So, do we congratulate him? Yeah, kind of, but
all right, because it's still 12 mil or whatever it is.
yeah, it just to me, where is it at?
That's generational wealth, unfortunately, but it's not what he deserves.
Not long term. It's going to change his life for right now, but you
Well,
just
not
got a quarterback that just signed for $52 million.
A year.
Running
backs get that over a 4-year span or 3 to 4 year span.
That's right.
Come on.
A lot of these running backs, these high quarterback per year is what these running backs are making over several years. So it's crazy. As a Cowboys fan, I'm disappointed in the Giants in the way that they handled this. How did they give the best player under $12 million?
That's what I'm saying. With anything that y'all saying. It was a bunch of baloney. Odell Beckham came from a crazy injury, and he's getting what, 16 mil a year?
It's disrespectful at this point, man.
16 mil for 1 year? Come on,
that's
man.
wild. Like, no way does Saquon deserve this. Does he deserve to make $11 million a year? For sure. And don't get me wrong. I completely understand that running backs don't have a long career and their shelf life is short, but you got to think about this. Like, take a second and think about it. Every time Saquon Barkley touches the ball this year, whether not even the ball, every time he takes a hit from blocking for the quarterback, every time he takes a handoff, every time he catches the ball, this is what's going on. His value is just doing this every single time. So when he goes back into negotiations next year, they're going to be like, well, you know what, Saquon? You're 27 years old. You got another 200 some odd touches. You had an ankle injury. You had a shoulder injury. We saw you with the ice packs and all of this. We saw your value is going to drop. It's not right, man. Like, I get it, right? Like, everybody's scared because what happened with Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon held out, did all of that stuff, and boom, it just went. He regretted it. He came out and said, "I wish I would have never did that." Blah blah blah. But there's no way. There's no way to. And I mean, he's forced, so it's like we can't really be mad at Saquon because his hand was forced. He had no choice. Like, I gotta do something. I gotta make this money, but at the same time, they screwed him.
Yeah. They screwed him royally.
11 is the max.
I'm happy for him because he's still getting 11 to whatever. He's still getting paid, but I am also sad for him because the Giants just did that so wrong. The Giants front office needs to get fired because look what happened. This year could have Daniel Jones could have been on a 5th-year option, but they declined it at the beginning of last season.
Yeah,
they would have. And then Daniel Jones couldn't argue anything because he threw 15 touchdowns, ran for 7, so he had 22 touchdowns total. He couldn't argue them picking up the 5th-year option.
Right. Yeah. No, it made sense. Joe said, I think Gurley hurt the market and kind of Zeke too. Is it the player or is it the contracts that was given? They shouldn't have never gave Zeke $90 million. That's not on Zeke. Zeke took what he could get. That's on the organization for giving him that. And I think this. I
But
don't
you
think it's the
can't.
necessary.
Zeke was the best running back in the league at that time.
He was
Arguably the best.
He
Yeah.
was. But this is the thing. Just like I was just saying, every time these running backs touch the ball, touch the field, they get hit. It takes their value down. It's just like driving a brand new Mercedes-Benz off the lot. It depreciates right then and there. As soon
Every
as you
mile.
pull off the mark,
Every
single,
mile.
it just goes down and down. It doesn't matter what car you drive, you pull it off there, it goes down. Unlike your house goes up in value, up in value, up in value. I just talked to a customer. They said, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. I bought this house X amount of years ago for $30,000. Now it's valued at almost $200-something thousand, right?
Now that's
gonna keep building. A car is gonna keep depreciating. So is your running back. They're going to keep depreciating every single time they get on the field. So, I don't think that
I look at like you said, the running backs. I think they're the Nissan Altimas. They look nice, they go fast, but they're gonna need a lot of repair, and it's not gonna be. You don't gotta pay a whole bunch for it.
Yeah.
But if you want a truck or a Suburban or something, that's the quarterback. Yes, it depreciates, but they hold value longer than the regular Nissan.
A lot longer, for sure. But and Joe, you're 100% right. You need a run game if you can't throw the ball, which is exactly what the Giants benefited from is Saquon. But it's like you got to look at it. These running backs, the issue is the way the contracts and things are set up. They are into almost their 6th year before they can renegotiate their contract.
And they're the most beat up position.
Yeah, that's too long. And then look at it, right? The rookie running back out of Texas.
What team is he on?
The Falcons just drafted him. I don't know why his name is
Gibbs.
No, not Gibbs.
The running back Gibbs.
No,
ain't
Gibbs.
That his last name?
No, Bijan. Thank you, Bijan Robinson. Bijan. Thank you. Yeah. No, all right. Bijan is now the highest paid running. If I'm not mistaken, he's the highest paid running back in the league.
Yeah,
off a rookie.
He was drafted. Yeah,
but watch this. When you think about it, he's going to get to year 6. Now look at Atlanta. Atlanta doesn't have a quarterback. They got a tight end, maybe a receiver. They're going to hand that
Ricky Williams. That Ricky Williams treatment, bro.
All day long, he's going to touch the ball, and it's going to be great. We're going to be talking about Bijan is the best running back in the league. Bijan going for 2,000 yards. Bijan doing this. Bijan doing that. But then when it comes time for Bijan to get paid, they're going to offer this man a 5-year contract, total all in for $15-20 million. You know what I mean? So it's like he's not going to get any money.
Yeah,
he's literally the better they do, the worse they are.
They got to change the running back. The max contract out of college, 3 years. 2 years, and then a 3rd-year option.
And they need to take away
that franchise tag, man.
At least not being able to franchise them twice, because look at Saquon. Saquon gets franchised, or he played his 4 years. He gets franchise tagged. Then they got the ability to franchise tag him another year.
But if they do it another year, he getting like 20 mil because it like doubles.
It should. It definitely goes up for sure. Year. It definitely goes up. Tennessee is a great example too. Tennessee, right? But see, Tennessee, they paid Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry is that offense.
He's still going.
He's still going. But I mean, you got to think about it. Think about all the reports that came out about him getting traded and this and that. He's not going to hold that same value on a team like Philly, right? Or Buffalo. He's not going to hold that same type of value, because they're going to look at it like, listen, we don't have to run the ball. Tennessee has to run the ball. Atlanta has to run the ball. So it's definitely going to be a lot different for some of these dudes. So it's, to me, I just feel like somebody said in the comments, I just feel like the Giants really kind of dropped the ball on this. As far as taking care of their players, like if you really look at it, like that's disrespectful. And now they're forcing Saquon in that contract with them incentives, they're forcing him to not be able to go and say, you know what, I got hurt. Week 6, I took a hit in the ankle. It's a little sore. I'm gonna
I
sit
gotta
out.
play with it.
He's got to play through every injury. If he wants to make that extra almost $1 million, he's got to go and play.
And it's
and
sad.
That's not right.
Because like with Lamar Jackson, he was able to say, "Nah, I'm done. I'm done."
Exactly.
Shut it, because he's a QB.
Mm-hmm. Now, Joe, you're
He's
not
messed
wrong.
up.
You're definitely not wrong. They're going to be harder to beat for sure. But I'm just talking about in the aspect of the value that he holds. The reason that Derrick Henry can justify the money that he's getting is because of what he does for his team, which means that if Derrick Henry got it, then why didn't Saquon get it? That's the crazy thing. Like that's what I'm confused about, because if Saquon was 40% of their offense, then I mean I'm sure that's pretty much what Derrick Henry is like 90% of their offense. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, look at the running back market. You got the average they're making a year. Christian McCaffrey 16, Alvin Kamara 15, Derrick Henry 12 million a year. So it's like, okay, they just made Saquon, up there. Is he 1, 2, 3, 4? He's not even top 5. No, because Aaron Jones is making $11.5 million. So you know what I mean? Like he's 6th. He's 6th on that list. And
every other position, their prices is going up, but the running back position, their prices
going down.
is tanking.
But the use of these running backs, if you think about it, back in the day, they used to just hand you the ball. Here, hand the ball, run. Now you got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to block. You got to be, some of these quarterbacks. Christian McCaffrey was about to have to play quarterback. Christian McCaffrey was about to play quarterback in that final game because they didn't have a quarterback. So it's like you literally have to be able to do everything. How is the value of this position going down, but the need is going higher? And they're like, well, it's because it's the supply and demand. There's a lot of running backs. I don't want to hear all of that, man. These dudes deserve to be paid. It's not too many teams that's doing running. If it's a running back by committee, like Dallas had Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, okay, I understand that. But the Giants don't got that. Don't nobody know who the next one. What's good, Zay? Don't nobody know who the next running back is for the Giants, right? Like who is Derrick Henry's backup running back?
I know he played a lot in third downs.
So it's like it's pretty crazy to me. I don't know.
Yeah, but let's move on real quick. That's crazy. Let's get on to the man, the purr.
Yeah.
Is Brock Purdy ready? They're saying he's ready and he's healthy to go.
That's the reports.
He's the starting QB, and they say, "Yep, he started." So,
that's crazy, Joe. If he's, I don't think they have a reason to lie, right? So it seems like if he's ready, he's ready, and if he
just had surgery.
That is true. I mean, no, it's been
it's been a while. It's right after, like a week after the game. Yeah.
Yeah, so he did it. And I mean, you got to think about it. These athletes and the medicine, a lot of it is different. So the recovery times that they have aren't necessarily going to be the same. I mean, look, at a high ankle sprain usually takes several weeks to be able to walk on and heal. And Mahomes was playing the next week with it. You know what I mean? So these athletes is different. And Brock Purdy is a young dude. And if he can come back and be even
what he was,
remotely close. I mean, they don't need much. San Fran doesn't need much.
And
they definitely don't need much.
Within those 8 games that he played, I think it was 8 games, he was the most accurate QB out of those 8 games.
Joe said it's going to be a QB competition because both of them are nice. I don't know.
Brock Purdy, he came in and he took the reins and he was
Lance keep getting hurt.
Getting hurt again.
I think it might be a competition, but I think it's more of one of those where it's Brock Purdy's job to lose, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. You know what I mean? Like Trey Lance would have to come in camp and just be lights out, and really command the locker room, and the team would have to be vibing with him in order for them to turn it over. It's just like with Dallas. Look at how, when Tony Romo got hurt, Dak was playing way too good. Everybody basically was like, yo, Romo, you the backup now. Like, and I
Mhm.
feel like that's what San Fran is looking like. Purdy's good, but Lance is more like where the NFL QB is going. Trust me, bro, I don't disagree with you. I definitely don't disagree, but in the time that Brock Purdy has played, what did he go on, an 8-win?
8-0. His
8-0,
first
9 or something
game
like that?
loss was
Wasn't
in
it
the
in the
playoff
playoff?
when he got hurt. And he only
So you
played
know what I mean?
2 drives or something like
Yeah,
that.
So that's hard to argue. That's really hard to argue. And
It's
I mean,
almost
you
like the
saw
Tom
what
Brady
happened.
effect. That's what I think.
Yeah.
When Blitzo went down,
Oh yeah.
what ended up happening? They put
It was
Tom
over.
in. He won
They,
this game. He won
they
that
never
game,
turned
and,
back. They
and then
never
they
turned
never
back.
looked back.
That happened to Bledsoe every where he went. The same thing in Dallas. But it's just like,
Right, because it was Romo who took over from him after he got hurt.
yeah, exactly.
Ah.
I'm like, man, it was wicked for Bledsoe. But I think that San Fran, they're blessed. Oh, here we go. The deal includes 133.7 million fully guaranteed, 193.
133?
Yeah.
Wow.
133.7 is fully guaranteed, 193.7 million with an injury guarantee, and jumping potentially to 218.7 million guaranteed, sources tell ESPN.
Yep, I got it up right there.
Yeah. So
That's wow.
that's
Low.
that's
That's team friendly.
That's heavy on the friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy on the friendly.
So potentially 218 guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's good. That part.
There are a lot of big numbers in this big deal for Justin Herbert. Here's one. In 1 year, Herbert gets 100 million, topping the previous high of 80 million. Herbert also gets 218.7 and guarantees on his 5 year. So over the 5 years, he can have 218 fully guaranteed. Who dropping in? Hey, there he is.
Yes,
There he
sir.
is.
Don't
Yes,
worry.
sir.
Yes, the $300 million quarterback man has joined the room.
No.
Bro,
We're not gonna speak.
how
We're not gonna
Yo.
speak that into existence. We're not gonna speak that.
If anything, this contract is a blessing for y'all.
And I ain't gonna lie though.
guarantee wise.
Yeah, guarantee wise, yeah. But man, I mean, it does make it a little difficult. But Joe was on record today saying he's confident that the core will stay together. So he's reiterated it this multiple times that he believes everything will work out. Nobody's paying him to come out and say these things. So
the core will stay together, yes, but then the rest.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you think about it, they've already made the moves for the core to stay together. When it comes to Joe Burrow, literally, we drafted Charlie Jones to be the replacement for Tyler Boyd this year. We drafted our safety last year to be the replacement for Jesse Bates this year. But yeah, like we've already done things in place to actually like suffice for the change. Joe Mixon took a pay cut. There's been things that has been happening to keep the core together, and everyone knows the core is T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joseph Lee Burrow. And to be honest, if you look at what we did in the draft, our first 4 rounds was all defenders, young defenders. So,
No, you're not wrong. Whoever this 2 giant goofballs is, he's truly a goofball. Keep the Giants out your mouth. Why would I though? I mean, I didn't. What
I think
did I say wrong?
No, I don't think it was you. I think it was Joe that he's talking about.
Oh, all right.
But a Cowboy. He'll know that Joe is an Eagles fan.
He know now.
Hey, We live up to the name. No, y'all don't. Y'all third in the division. Y'all can't even pay. Y'all got a very mid quarterback who's heavily relying on his running back.
Hey,
It's gonna get better.
It's some now he said that was for Boy Bugs.
Oh,
Yeah. So they just going back and forth in the comment section. Yeah, but yo, honestly, it's a couple of people that think Danny Dimes the best running quarterback out there, like pure runner. So
I mean,
Pure running
what is
outside
that,
of Lamar. Yeah,
if you think
outside
about
of
it,
Lamar,
Danny Dimes is just literally Josh Allen light. Literally, he's Josh Allen light. So,
but boy, he about to put up some bigger numbers this year. I'm telling you.
How many interceptions did your quarterback throw? I mean, but at the end of the day, we did the same. Regardless of how many interceptions my quarterback threw, we still had the same season. So what did that mean?
We left the same round of the playoffs.
So
that is true.
What does that have anything to do with it? I'm pretty sure my quarterback probably still threw for more yards than your quarterback and missed 5 games. So it's like, but what does that matter? It doesn't make a difference. At the end of
absolutely.
Did you win the Super Bowl or did you not? And at the end of the day, y'all didn't win the Super Bowl.
And
so
there's one team that did, and everybody
31 others that did. So
hey, hold on. I gotta hang my hat up for what my team did, man. We went back to back AFC AFC championships. That's something to
No. But my thing is, I agree. Like, I think that multiple things can be true. I think you could still talk your talk about your team.
That's a fact.
And then there's a realization that, like, okay, they're with you. Like Dallas, if you think about it in the beginning of the year, nobody had Dallas making the playoffs. Let's keep it 100. Nobody had.
I don't
Dallas
know how they did it, but
especially after
the injury,
and when Dak got hurt. Listen, before the season, there were people coming out on ESPN and all those shows talking about Dallas is gonna have a losing season, this and that, all of the above. Then when he got hurt, everybody said, "Oh, for sure, their season is done." They still went 12-5, still made it to the playoffs, got one. They won a game at least. Like, I'm still going to be hype about that. I could care less about the Super Bowls and all of that.
Yo, let me ask you a question. I don't know if y'all brought it. How many yards did the other team get from his stuff? I'm sleeping. But yo, besides that, because I don't know. I don't know if y'all brought it up or not, because I know y'all talked about Diggs getting paid already, right?
Nah.
Not yet.
Oh, y'all think? Okay, I'm gonna wait for it.
Okay, that was gonna be next before this goofball came in talking crazy.
I'm asleep.
Losing in the playoffs as quickly as always. We got to the second round, just like y'all did. That doesn't make sense.
Get out the first round. They got to the second last year. They did. Can't argue.
Sound like a casual. Let me celebrate. It's Saquon's day. No, it's not Saquon's day. Now I know he a casual because there's nobody celebrating this. Saquon ain't even. This is the Giants' day. The Giants just
Yo, I was looking up earlier. So I know we was gonna talk about Saquon today, and I was looking up earlier to see what players do they have coming up contract next, and it don't even look good for Saquon next year because. Based on the players that are up for contracts next year, I would franchise tag Saquon again. Like, literally, there isn't a player that's coming up next year that it'll be like, let's use the tag on him other than Saquon. And it's the Giants, man. I mean, to them, they'll probably run it back with the same exact contract next year. Let you sign a 1-year Saquon and give you about a little bit.
But remember, I think it doubles. If you get franchised back to back, you get almost double the money that you would have got. No, double whatever the highest paid is. Or something weird like that.
Yeah, we'll see. Because 9 out of 10, he's going to be the prime candidate next year for the franchise tag. Because it ain't like y'all got anybody else. Y'all already paid our defensive lineman, and you know he wasn't going to. Yeah,
and they funny.
Well, nah, he gonna keep going. This will drag on forever.
Yeah.
So
he's definitely gonna talk when we talk about this one because this is an interesting one right here.
Yeah.
Go Dolphins. I don't got no issue with the Dolphins. I actually got y'all in second place in y'all division. But
what's good, Justin? Justin, good people. What's good?
Mm-hmm.
Go Dolphins. Dolphins got a chance to win that division.
If Tua stay healthy,
If Tua stay healthy, they win the division.
I can't argue with that.
Division.
I'm not Jets, but I can't argue with that.
If Tua stay healthy, that's their division.
I'm holding to it as far as with the Jets goes. Like I just don't. I think they can. I think that they're gonna their first 5 or 6 games is tough. They could very easily go 1-5 in the beginning of the season. Like it's a possibility.
I think they're gonna shock people though.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's a possibility. I agree with you. I think that they might be, but I think it's still going to take some time for them to start clicking. And I just don't think that. I feel like the Dolphins with Tua healthy is a solid team. Like I feel like they can really
more than a solid team.
Yo, this is
Tua was an MVP discussion.
My hot take before we talk about Diggs is I got the Jets finishing no less than like second place. First is going to be between the Dolphins and the Bills. I got the Jets finishing at second at least.
Either way.
I got the Jets finishing second only because it really depends on what their record. And again, it's for all 3 of them teams plus with the Dallas and Eagles and the Giants. Depends on what that record looked like when you guys cross divisions. Whoever could come out with 3 wins, they'll be the one that's in the front runners to win the division.
This dude is.
Anyways, yeah. Let's talk about Diggs, man. What's up with Diggs?
This dude is wicked. Listen, the Cowboys and rising star cornerback Trayvon Diggs have agreed to terms on a 5-year contract extension worth $97 million as he becomes one of the highest paid cornerbacks in the NFL. Sources say he gets a max value of $104 million.
Mm-hmm.
This is something real good for Dallas. A long 5-year contract. He didn't reset the market. He didn't take us for everything that we had. So it's a good contract for us, especially knowing that we still got CD, Steele, Martin, Dak. We got Micah. So it's a really good thing for us. And I like it. I mean, people try to say that Diggs is overrated and this and that, but
if we're being completely honest, though, there's no way that Dallas was gonna let him reset the market because you got somebody who's going to reset the market, right?
Yeah.
So that's an automatic. So I think that before
this is smart by Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I think before training camp, along with Diggs, we'll see CeeDee Lamb get his money. That's going to be interesting too, especially like for my team who's looking to pay T. Higgins. That's going to be interesting too because like T. Higgins isn't looked at as like the number 1 wide receiver on our team, but like if you compare him to CeeDee Lamb, he's not too far behind numbers wise, but CeeDee Lamb is the number 1 wide receiver on his team. So it's going to be interesting to see what CeeDee Lamb got. But when I see this contract right here, all I could think is this is Dak Prescott last year. If you don't get it right, Jerry Jones hit him with if you don't take a pay cut, we drafting somebody.
But see, that's the thing.
Right,
that's why
he getting paid.
I think that they're gonna do an extension.
That would be the best bet.
I think they're gonna do an extension because a Dak extension frees up so much money. Yeah, and it's like think about you get rid of Dak. Dak is still a top 10 quarterback. Who are you gonna go get?
And it's crazy because I literally just asked my friend who's a Dallas fan. I asked him, do you think it's possible that because pretty soon y'all gonna be in the same situation as the Jets and like the 49ers. Elite defense, quarterback play is not matching up to be able to win a championship. Championship level defense, but quarterback play just not there to be able to win it all, right? Just because it's like, okay, we're going to see Dak Prescott under Mike McCarthy calling the plays. And if it's like a regression, then people is going to look like, well, shoot, we might as well just try something different because we locked in Diggs. We're going to lock in Micah, and we already going to lock in CeeDee Lamb. So the core is there. We locked in our safety. The core is there. Our corners is young, and we're going to have Gilmore for a year, and the young corner is going to learn behind him for a year.
Yeah.
Right?
No, so I think you're right. The making is definitely there. It's a potential that something could happen. But I just people that are so fixated on the interceptions is casuals to me. if you really talk in sports, you're not going to be talking about the interceptions from this year, because there's plenty of film. You could go on YouTube and you can look it up, and they can break it down for you, and you could get an understanding of how the game works. So we're not going to sit here and keep talking about interceptions, because the interceptions it is what it is. But that's not his game. He's not a heavy interception thrower, so that's not the problem. That Cowboys aren't upset with Dak because of interceptions this year. They're upset with Dak because he hasn't gotten them over the hump. That's where it comes down to. There's a big difference in that. So it doesn't make sense. You're talking about interceptions as if Stafford didn't throw. Stafford threw how many interceptions and still won the Super Bowl? That's a casual take.
He threw it two in the game.
In the game, like you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything of importance right now, especially seeing that your team is not good. I mean, let's keep it real. The Giants are right now.
As of right now, yeah. As of right now, yeah.
Looking at third in the division. Like it doesn't. We're not talking about 10 years ago when they won Super Bowl. We're not
one or two.
We're talking about right now.
1 or 2. Yeah, 1 or 2. We up there. 1 or 2 in the division. 1 or 2. Saquon is back. Saquon is back.
And Saquon got y'all 9 wins.
Last week,
what'd y'all finish with?
We were a 4-win team. Last week we were a 4-win team. This week we're a 10-12 win team.
There's a stat out there that says when Saquon has more than 15 touches, the Giants are 7-1-1.
Yeah,
so that's a pretty good stat considering your boy came back. So
he literally gave us 7 wins last year, bro.
Yeah, no lie. Like, let's be honest. He almost won that Dallas game, bro. Like, he almost won that Dallas game, especially with that last-minute touchdown. It was like,
oh, yeah.
Our defense, our corners just couldn't hold
your corners got torched, though. CeeDee Lamb torched, though. Corners got torched, yeah.
But you know what's crazy?
It's
crazy, though, right? Because nobody gives that pass to Dak when he didn't have a defense. Everybody thinks that Micah Parsons been in the league for 6-7 years. Micah Parsons just got in the league. Our defense just got good when Dan Quinn came. Yeah. But everybody's holding Dak. And this is why I feel like this. The Cowboys aren't really, although this is a prove-it year for Dak, don't get me wrong, the Cowboys aren't looking at it in that sense. The Cowboys know that they didn't have a defense for the first half of Dak Prescott's career. So it wasn't that Dak Prescott lost those games. It was the defense that couldn't stop anything.
I don't think it was your defense. It was the defensive coordinator.
No. Let's keep it a defense. Dallas defense.
Our defense was trash. We didn't have corners.
They always used to sign the big name people.
Nah.
Because they used to go get Pac-Man.
They didn't have corners.
No. But see, Pat, you talking about an older version of that. I'm talking about in the last 7 years. Pac-Man wasn't. Names. But I'm talking about, look at the defense that we had. Think about that time when the whole Dez catch. The only reason why I was in that position is because our defense couldn't stop a parked car. Dak's rookie year, we didn't lose in the playoffs because of Dak. We lost because of our defense couldn't make a stop. So that's what I'm saying. If people really like, my thing is, if you're gonna be a casual, like you're just gonna be a Giants fan, it's cool. But we NFL fans, like we watch football all the way around. So you got to know more than just your team. And don't be sitting here talking to me about ESPN stuff, because nobody listening to that stuff. Nobody. So that's what I'm getting at. But at the end of the day, I think that this is a good deal for the Cowboys, and I like it. It didn't reset the market. It didn't kill us. You know what I mean? Like you said, B-Rob, it opened up a lot of doors, because if we did decide to move on from Dak, all the right pieces are in place to be able to plug and play. So I wouldn't it doesn't. I think I'm not, and y'all know me. I say it all the time. Like, yo, Dak played terrible. So I'm not no Dak fan. Like, I'm not here trying to sell people on Dak Prescott. I'm a Cowboys fan at the end of the day. When it was Romo, I defended Romo. When it's Dak, I defended him. Whoever's going to be the next quarterback, I'm going to defend them. Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But you got to know football before you really start jumping in and start saying some wild stuff. So overall, this is a good deal for us. I'm not mad at it whatsoever. It shows the complete opposite, though, of what like the Giants is doing. The Giants have their most important player that they putting on 1-year contracts. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's crazy.
I don't agree with it, but he playing.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The Giants was in like a procured kind of situation, because like you get a coach that is ready to compete, you get a quarterback that's not elite, but he can win you games when he got the right pieces around him. So you have no choice but to pay like a mid. I'm not gonna say Danny Dimes is mid, but like above average quarterback. You have no choice but to pay him just because you're not in a position to draft a quarterback at a higher pick just because your coach is not trying to lose games. You know, It's kind of like in the same situation that the Steelers be in. Steelers, they're not going to lose as many games as they need to pick a top 10 quarterback in the first 5 picks of the draft. They're not going to do that.
No.
That's why later rounds they get a Kenny Pickett, right? You know, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, I like the move. It's been a crazy day though when you from.
You were saying you don't build around a running back. How did that work for you with Zeke? To be honest, yo, I'm not gonna lie, because I got to comment to that because like
Zeke was the best at that time.
You got to realize at that point in time when Zeke got paid, he literally as a rookie led the league in rushing, right?
Yeah,
so
he
by
was
the time he
the
got
best.
paid, he's already been consistent. Remember, he almost broke the record for consecutive 100-yard games. Right?
100-yard games, yep.
Yeah, so at that time, it wasn't the quarterbacks like how you have today. The league was still in that mode of like you still had the Todd
running
Gurley
back
out there. Yeah, like running backs got to get paid.
Steven Jackson was even playing then too.
Yeah, like you got to understand where the league was at that time. So
yo, he said he's mid now, but in 2 years he won't be. Are you talking like this dude is a rookie
he talking
quarterback?
about Danny Dimes.
Yeah, no.
That's my point.
I understand where he's saying though, just because.
But you acting like Daniel Jones haven't been in the league.
Yeah.
You can't say something like that.
When he was
no.
stable, but
see, okay, but if that's the case,
if your quarterback
tell me. Tell me that's not the case with Dak. Then we just had look at our head coach that we just had. Yeah. 8-8. But that's not an excuse. So you can't turn around and say that the coaching is an excuse for the Giants. This quarterback has been the same quarterback ever since y'all drafted him. You can't tell me that Daniel Jones got better when Saquon was 40% of your offense. That doesn't mean that Daniel Jones was a better quarterback. They didn't trust him.
He didn't have 20-something interceptions like he did the year before.
No, but
his
why?
Interceptions,
Because they gave the ball to Saquon. So you got to
use him to his strength. Over almost 1,000 yards rushing,
they
7
used him
rushing touchdowns.
That's cool. But that sound like Josh Allen.
That's what he is.
Y'all any success?
Yeah, it did. We got the same success as y'all did.
So that's what I'm saying. Like people, you can't come at me because I'm a Cowboys fan.
Success that Josh Allen did last year. We all left the same exact.
Wow. Same weekend, we all packed our bags and we found our spot on the couch. So you're not saying nothing important like that. That's just crazy. But that was just weird to me that you could say that. You can just now see in the future that your quarterback is mid now, but in 2 years he's going to be elite or he's going to be something different. But you already got how many years? 5 years of example from him. How long has Daniel Jones been in the league? For 5 years
at this point.
Don't tell me in 2 years he's going to be something different because he's got a different coach.
And it's not even to say that he won't be successful, but you know what he is at this point. So at this point,
not necessarily because look at Drew Brees. People was counting Drew Brees out until he got what? The coach.
Yeah.
That was a new team. That was a new team.
No. But hold on. Because Drew Brees was putting up good numbers when he was in San Diego as well.
He got hurt.
Yeah, so don't skip that. He looked the same when he was in San Diego. It just was a poorly ran franchise at that time. They still continue to be poorly ran now, but it was a lot different. But what's the next on our list? Because we'll be sitting here talking about.
Yeah, we got this is the last one right here, actually.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Okay.
Colts started Richardson.
Nice.
Colts has started that, man. I like it. Give him the Lamar Jackson effect. Let's throw him right out there to the Wolves.
You got to start him.
You have to
look like a creative player, man. Like when you used to create a quarterback,
you make this is like that. Yep.
This is
big arms, tattoos, tall, everything. Yep.
Yo, and do y'all see the video of him playing basketball? How he dunked on that dude?
He's the most athletic quarterback in the league right now.
Legit wild.
He said he looked constipated in that.
Yo, okay, so let me
Still
ask y'all a
got
question.
Jones.
Let me ask y'all a question. Being that Richardson is actually getting the same head coach that ushered in that offense that made the Eagles successful, which we're gonna see how the Eagles do without that head coach because they're in the same situation that the Bills was in last year, where they lost, that innovative head coach. Do you guys think? Now, I'm not saying he's gonna have a Jalen Hurts season because he don't have the same kind of wide receivers, but do you think Anthony Richardson, with the coach that he's going to have, will be in the running for Rookie of the Year ahead or right around where Bryce Young and CJ Stroud is going to be?
I like Bryce Young. Y'all know I have the Panthers winning that division, but who got a better team around them? Who got a better offensive line? Before last year, they still got most of the same offensive linemen. They just didn't play well last year. Last year they weren't good, but the year before that, they were top 5, and it's the same people.
Stouts. Yep. And you could chalk that up to bad quarterback play too.
Exactly. Yep. So now they got that new person that's coming in, new quarterback, and you still have the better running back.
Yeah,
they have the better running back that's going to help out the young QB.
I saw something about a running back holding out.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor is not happy with the kind of contract he had. Joe said, I hate the Eagles. Nah, just me being objective don't mean that it's hate. You got to be able to differentiate. All I said was they're going to be in the same situation that the Bills was in. I ain't hating. That's the fact. The Bills lost Brian Dable. Y'all lost y'all head coach. So we're going to see how y'all is. In the same situation that the Bills was in, they won 13 games. So how am I hating? 13 games.
It's okay. It's okay to hate the Eagles. Everyone
I'll be happy.
Yo, two giant goofballs. Who do you like outside of your team? Like, it sounds like you hate every. I mean, I get it. I don't like everybody in the division. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I respect what these teams have. Like, I mean, this dude.
Hey, listen. He said, "I'm keeping that energy." He said, "I'm keeping that energy." He said, "Bro, y'all made the playoffs because Lamar got hurt." Bro, we went on a 10-game win streak. What does that have to do with Lamar?
No, you could say that they won that game because Lamar didn't play. Maybe,
that's a whole different story.
That's whole different,
We were gonna make the playoffs whether we won or lost that game. We literally had 13 wins.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, like you realize we were on a 10-game win streak, and even if we came in second in the division, we still was gonna make the playoffs, even if the Ravens beat us. We would have made the playoffs regardless. And then, matter of fact, I would have liked our chances losing to the Ravens anyway, because think about it. We would have had to play the Jaguars or the Chargers. I mean, to tell me that wasn't going to be an easy W? Come on now. My lineman won't get hurt. My people will be good. Like, come on, son. Come on, son.
Come on, son.
I would have loved to not pay the Ravens, bro, because they injured our linemen.
Come on, son.
They injured our linemen, bro. We would have been in the AFC Championship with healthy linemen playing against the Chiefs. I would have loved
y'all still almost beat them. Hey,
what's the news? Them.
Pruitt. What was the linebacker name?
You talking about the DN?
Yeah. Why you hit the quarterback?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yo, he was pissed. Yeah. Nah, Brody was pissed.
So y'all winning the division this year?
Look, I got us one.
I'm not about to go back and forth.
He talking about
just because look. I'm the only reason why I'm not about to go back and forth.
Bobby Boucher,
let's be honest.
He was mad. See, he knows football.
Path to the playoffs is a lot tougher than the Eagles. Like, let's keep it a stat. Our path to the playoffs is a lot tougher than the Eagles. So I ain't even about to go there. I need to ask, is y'all gonna win the division? I got a first place schedule this year. Is we gonna win the division? Yes. Well, yes or no? We gonna win it. Ain't nothing to make me think that we won't win it.
I got y'all winning, but it ain't gonna.
Look, the margin of
Ravens right there.
Crazy. Yeah. The margin of victory is not gonna be crazy because it's let's be honest, bro. The Ravens usually have a top 3 defense. And then they got Lamar Jackson. One thing I do, I respect my guys that's in my division. I may not like them, but I respect them. So when it comes to the Ravens, I put a lot of respect. People thought
you
I
ain't
was
getting
crazy.
rid of me. Clowns don't affect me. I'm not afraid of clowns. I embrace
people
clowns.
thought I was crazy when I said, "Yo, the Bengals when we play the Ravens, it's gonna be the best defense we played the entire postseason." Thought I was crazy when I said that, and literally we proved it. Like literally, there was no other defense that was better than the Ravens that we played. So,
oh no,
I got a lot of respect.
Even though Ravens had a bunch of injuries, I don't understand.
They didn't have injuries on defense last year. Don't do that. Don't do that. No,
they
they
had
didn't.
some big names injured.
No, they didn't. All their players was there on defense last year. Pull it up. Pull it up.
You can go ahead, pull it up.
You want to know how I know you just talking? Because you ain't saying that in the last 100-something days. Yeah, you just talking.
Because you never mentioned the defense,
bruh. I always said something about the Ravens defense.
No, but
have I not always said something about the Ravens defense?
And that you said they always play you tough.
Now they was hurt.
Hey,
it's crazy. This boy got.
But the most important person was hurt. Lamar Jackson.
Hey, one could say Huntley had better numbers when Lamar Jackson was out than Lamar Jackson was in, and that's facts. Go look it up.
Hey, yeah, but it's just the Lamar Jackson
effect. With numbers, if we talk about numbers,
I didn't mention numbers.
Yeah, but numbers is factual. You just going off of how you feel.
No, I'm going off of the eye test.
How you feel?
Nope,
shady.
I'm going off the eye test.
Exactly.
I don't know if y'all watched that boxing match today.
That's a fact. My boy said Ravens got 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks last year, so there was no excuse for success.
Had 2 Pro Bowl.
There was no excuse for success.
What?
2 of them. One of them? 2 of them?
There was no excuse for success, baby.
2 Pro Bowl QB. Okay. All right.
Huntley did make the Pro Bowl.
Come on now. Go look at the numbers. His numbers was better than Lamar than when Lamar was playing.
Okay.
Hey, you need to worry about just
Pro Bowl is just you need to Pro Bowl is not Pro Bowl ain't what it used to be. Because when they used to play after the Super Bowl,
it don't matter what it don't matter what the Pro Bowl is. It's what players are getting selected for. Come on, let's be honest, bro.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Okay, let's see him get a max deal.
Who?
The Hill or whatever his name. Yeah.
Let's be honest. He probably should have got the max deal. He's been finishing the season for the last 2. He looked like the closer to me.
Nah, last time Lamar Jackson was in the playoffs, he won a game. So it's all right.
You think if you took Huntley and put him on the Giants, you think he'd do the same exact thing as Daniel Jones?
I never said that.
I know he would not. I'm asking you.
No.
Why not? You're a Pro Bowl quarterback.
I never said that.
Because Danny Dimes never a Pro Bowl quarterback.
I get that you. I'm asking you a question. I'm not saying that you said
Jones,
this.
Though.
What does that mean?
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
You're gonna see. He is him.
He is him. You going off of how you feel? We talking about numbers and stats.
No, I'm going.
You see, he got glasses on. His prescription need to be fixed.
Coaching and players. He will have. I wouldn't say the same amount of touchdown passes as Josh Allen, but he's gonna have about 25 to 30 touchdown passes.
So how much? So
30. 25 to 30.
Stop it.
He will have.
Stop.
So you know that's you're gonna have a borderline. You're gonna say you're gonna have a borderline Joe Burrow year because Joe did 35 last year.
Stop lying on national television.
I'm just saying he's gonna have about 20. That's all I'm saying. 25 to 30. That's it.
So let me ask you this question then, right?
Stop it. Oh, this dude.
Let me ask you
all the excuses when it benefits the Giants, but you're not.
Oh, of course.
Why are you not saying that? Because Jason Garrett was the Cowboys coach way before. I don't like. Come on, dude. Stop it.
Yo,
go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, Lake Show, the bonnet. Do you think the quarterback with a better record in the playoffs will do better than Lamar Jackson? And we talking about stats. I have one quarterback is better record in the playoffs than Lamar Jackson. and you're saying do you believe he'll do better than Lamar Jackson? This quarterback I'm referring to is Joe Burrow.
He got better weapons.
Bro, this
got
is
better weapons.
How are you gonna blame somebody?
No, I'm just saying he got better weapons.
No. We can't do that. We can't do that. No, we can't do that because that's the art. That's what people use
to
discredit Joe Burrow. That's what people use.
If they make the playoffs this year, both teams, Lamar Jackson will have better games than Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but hold on, but
this upcoming
Burrow
year,
yes, but Burrow still got the better weapons. So what does that mean? The weapons haven't changed.
People try to discredit Joe Burrow for his weapons as if the team did not draft those guys.
As if Joe Burrow went out and selected these guys.
Yeah,
himself.
like a Ravens went out
That's crazy.
Ravens went out and got a Odell Beckham. The Ravens have had multiple first-round wide receivers with Brown, Bateman, right? All these guys. You can't discredit Joe Burrow for his weapons because we don't know what these guys will look like.
But
Joe Burrow. But we know what Joe Burrow looked like without those guys. There's plenty of games where Joe Burrow don't have a Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins for 4 weeks is the leading wide receiver in the NFL.
Again,
man,
Lamar Jackson won MVP with way less than Joe Burrow has. But we're not even talking about that.
Hurts did better than his MVP season last year and didn't win it. What are we talking about?
The standard is different, though.
The standard is different.
You hold it to a different NFL. The league ain't.
Jalen Hurts had the same numbers as Lamar MVP season and did not win it.
Why did he not win it?
Because the standard is different.
No, who won it?
The standard is different.
I didn't. The standard.
You want me to say Mahomes? If that
Mahomes won it, but Mahomes won it by throwing the ball. Mahomes won it by throwing the ball. Lamar won it by running the ball.
No, Lamar won it by doing everything. He ran and threw the ball.
It looked flashy. It looked beautiful. They're gonna give him the MVP. It's a good story.
So Lamar
didn't start the year before and end up starting later.
So is it Lamar having the MVP year or is it Daniel Jones?
Oh, absolutely. No, Lamar Jackson is gonna have better stats than Daniel Jones. Lamar Jackson.
But you just said Daniel Jones. You just said Daniel Jones about to throw for 30 plus touchdowns.
You said that. He said at least 25 to 30.
25 to 30.
Oh, okay.
25 to 30. 25 to 30. Not 35. Not 30 plus.
Okay.
25 to 30. Yeah.
And what about rushing?
This man is insane.
He's probably going to have about 5 rushing. He's going to have less. He's going to have about 4 or 5 rushing TDs.
So you're saying he's going to have about 35 total touchdowns?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe so.
You putting something on that one?
Huh?
You betting that?
I'm putting my word on it. That's exactly what I said.
No, do you want to bet that?
I put my word on it. I don't bet against.
I don't bet on my team. Your word ain't too solid.
I don't bet on my team.
Feelings lately.
Yeah.
I don't bet on my team. I don't bet on my team.
Hold up. Thank you. That's a good question. Who is he throwing to?
Exactly.
Saquon? He's gonna do what he gotta do. Y'all gonna laugh.
You know what's crazy?
Cry.
I want to see Daniel Jones have a similar season to a Patrick Mahomes. Think about it. He in a similar situation. His tight end is not the best tight end, but his running back makes up for the lack of level of tight end that Travis Kelce is. So with just his tight end and his running back, and usually with Mahomes for the last year, it was just Kelce because Kelce finished 8th in receiving yards between wide receivers and tight end, just himself. If Daniel Jones don't have a season like Patrick Mahomes, I don't want to hear no more Daniel Jones talk. I don't want to hear no more Lamar Jackson talk, all right? Because right now, they package together. They're the same quarterback. Won one playoff game, and that's about it.
He said not 25 to 30, maybe 15 to 18.
All right.
Hey, listen, though. Let's keep it 100, though. The way that y'all just did Saquon, them incentives is going to almost seem like y'all got to force feed Saquon in order for him to get that. So if Saquon is going to be doing all of that, he might not be that far off. Saquon is going to be, unless y'all, either Saquon is going to be your offense or y'all not going to feed him so he don't get that extra $900,000.
But if they don't feed him, they don't
as
win
long
games.
as we win, that's all they care about.
If they don't feed him, they don't win games.
I don't know if I don't know if that's the truth though, Ramon. Like the way that that's built, most times when it's incentive based like that, the team is setting themselves up for success, which means they don't want to pay him that extra $1 million. So why would they give him? Why would they feed him like that? You know what I mean? I mean, maybe it could be different, but it seemed like it's different. I'm not saying Saquon gonna. He doesn't have a choice now. Like if it was the franchise tag, he could have kind of set the year out or whatever. He don't really have that now. Like he gotta go out and do his thing. So it makes sense.
Joe has said they should have went after D Hop. I mean, think about it. If you DeAndre Hopkins, would you rather catch passes from Tony Romo? I mean, not Tony Romo. I'm thinking of the Giants dude. Would you rather catch passes from Daniel Jones or Ryan Tannehill? You know, if you go to the Giants, you're not going to see the ball as much just because you got a Waller, you got a Saquon. You go to the Titans, you're going to see that ball a lot because Derrick Henry, he on a decline. You are the number one wide receiver, and there's no other tight end to compete with receptions there. So, and plus, the Giants probably wasn't about to pay him the bag. It wouldn't have looked good for optics if they paid D Hop and did not pay Saquon. That would look horrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah. New Jersey will burn up.
It should have still burned up. I still don't like what they did. But I'm happy he's going to be coming to camp and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. I mean, I would be happy for that. I would definitely be happy. But I
don't like it.
Yeah, you've been realistic. You kept the vibes right. You know, your sidekick over here kind of putting a target on your back, but you kept everything right.
He let Bonnet catch strays.
but just to put it in perspective of, you know, Lamar Jackson MVP season.
Oh my gosh,
no, I'm just saying he had 36 touchdowns with 3,000 throwing yards and over 1,000 rushing yards.
Okay.
And about 11 rushing touchdowns. Okay. No, 13. So
now compare that to Mahomes.
No.
No, but Mahomes threw for what, 5,000? It is a little bit different. And over 40.
If he did that same season this year, he wouldn't have won an MVP. And
he wouldn't have even been in the discussion.
Exactly.
No, he would have been. He would have.
He would not been in the discussion. You just said that Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards. That's not even comparable. It's 2,000 more yards.
Come on, bro.
That's not even in the same discussion.
Don't even make sense. Like, that don't make sense.
No, he will have to have at least 4,000 throwing yards. It's stupid.
Bro, it don't make sense
with nobody.
It don't make sense.
But that's why I said it's Mahomes, and then there's the trickle down effect.
Stop it.
That's it.
You want to know who threw for 3 bands last year? Jalen Hurts. You want to know who had 22 touchdowns? Jalen Hurts. Similar season, my guy.
36 touchdowns to 22. That's a lot more touchdown passes that Lamar Jackson did.
Bro, we talking about a different league at this time where teams are prepared for running quarterbacks. Teams was not prepared for running quarterbacks like that when Lamar won his not championship. He ain't never won a championship.
Yo,
I'm talking crazy.
Think about this though. The top 5 quarterbacks in passing yards: Patrick Mahomes, Herbert, Brady, Cousins, Burrow. 5,000 plus 4,700, 46, 45, 44. You talking about that? He's not even in the same discussion. There's no way.
He missed a lot of games last year, but this year he will have.
I'm talking about his MVP stats. Don't even compare to this.
Exactly.
Mahomes had more passing yards than he had total yards, including his rushing, and that's not including Mahomes' rushing yards. That's not even including his rushing yards. So that's what I'm saying. But
if you add up 13 rushing touchdowns to that equation, now he's about at 50 total touchdowns.
Okay, but what? He's got 49 passing
49. Touchdowns. It will be 49 total touchdowns.
Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards.
Yes,
that's more than Suns total.
I'm not saying that he's going to win this. With these same stats, he will be in the MVP conversation. Y'all said he wouldn't be.
I'm saying he wouldn't be because look at this. You got Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Brady who threw for 4,694,
We can't do
4,739.
that. We got to take Patrick Mahomes out of the equation from now on.
Nah. You
That doesn't. You can't
equation.
do
I'm
that.
just saying.
Is he playing in a different league? Are we
No,
talking
it's
the
just-
NFL?
Like what you're literally saying.
It's Patrick
You're
Mahomes.
literally saying
And that is
if Lamar
everybody else.
Jackson did what he did this year, forget about Patrick Mahomes. He would have won the MVP. That don't make sense.
Patrick Mahomes didn't do what he did, yes. But he will be in the MVP discussion. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he will win MVP.
Listen,
He will be in the MVP
you know how
discussion.
many
All
quarterbacks
we're
get
saying
in the
is that
MVP
it's-
discussion throughout the year, bruh. They throw it around like water. Okay, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay.
It's a new quarterback in the rotation for the first 6 weeks of the season. By week 10, it's already solidified who's the top 3 and the shelf guy that's on the cusp of being number 4.
And
The
top 3
conversation
last year
don't
was
matter.
Tua. And how much yards did he have? After 10 games, Tua was up there in top
What?
3. And
So-
then he got hurt.
Tua would have won the MVP over Lamar Jackson if Lamar Jackson had his MVP season last year.
I don't think y'all understand what 13 rushing touchdowns for a quarterback is. I don't think y'all understand that.
Okay.
Most running backs don't get
Hold
13.
on, how many did Jalen Hurts have this year?
I don't know.
Well, rushing
I
touchdown.
don't pay attention to them.
Yeah.
Oh, now you don't pay attention to them.
I don't.
Stop it.
Let me see. I know he got to be on this list.
Jalen Hurts had 13 running touchdowns.
See?
Y'all don't know what rushing touchdowns look like. And where did that put him? Even let me say this: even
hold
if
up. If he
Jalen
had
Hurts
more
didn't
than-
get
And
hurt,
he was in the conversation.
He had
he was
more
in the
rushing,
conversation.
He
but
had
would not
more
have won.
rushing touchdowns than his running back, and Lamar didn't have it that season. He won the MVP. Come on, son.
Huh?
Stop
He
it.
didn't have more
Lamar
rushing.
Jackson MVP season only had 7 rushing touchdowns. His running back had 10. Last year,
Okay.
Jalen Hurts had 13. His running back had 10. I meant 11.
Okay.
Like, stop it. Jalen
Okay,
Hurts did
and
exactly what
Let's
Lamar
just
did
remember,
last year.
Lamar Jackson did play less. He played 2 less games. One because
my
he missed
God,
one,
bro.
and then because the league had advanced, and now they got an extra
My
game.
boy,
That's extra stats. I'm just saying.
my boy moves the
I'm
goalpost
just saying.
as soon as it get ugly.
I'm
Your
not
shoulders-
moving the
Your
goalpost.
shoulders got to
I'm
hurt
saying
being able to
facts.
pick up a goalpost and move it like that.
Yeah, oh my, my boy be in the
Wait,
gym. He got
the
to be in
league-
the gym.
So the league did not extend the what's the name? They don't have more games then.
Oh my
Is it-
God.
They do.
Isn't everybody? But doesn't everybody play in all those games, or
Come
just
on,
the
son.
select few people?
Yeah.
All it sound like you saying is Lamar can't finish seasons. That's what it sounds like.
No. What I'm saying, just wait for Lamar Jackson. He will be top 3 QB in this season. He will be top 3. Well, I'm gonna say top 2 because it's Patrick Mahomes, then everybody else. So he'll be top 2. He will be top 2. It'll be him and Joe Burrow right neck and neck.
Nah, he not
Because
better
Josh
than-
Allen is he's going down. And Herbert. Probably
See,
Herbert
that's
will
just-
be up
see,
there.
For you to
because
say
Herbert gonna be
Josh
throwing
Allen
a
is
whole
going
bunch.
down, that's your bias towards Josh Allen. Josh
No,
Allen
I'm
will
not
still
no
have a
bias
better.
towards him.
You know why Josh Allen's still gonna have a better season than Lamar? Because he's better. He runs better. He throws better, and that's facts.
I don't know about all that, but
Okay.
he gonna have more turnovers than him. I can guarantee you that.
So this new offense, you mean it, bro? This the thing that be killing me too. Lamar Jackson is about to play in a brand new
T-Law.
offense. This is
AJ
what it
trying to
is.
get in.
Yo,
This is the second
Look,
time he posted
T-Time, this is what I gotta side with T-Time when he be saying, yo, y'all be acting like casuals and y'all will move the goalposts when it fits your argument. If we talk about Aaron Rodgers going to a new team with a new offensive coordinator, a new coach, same offensive coordinator. We like, yeah, maybe Aaron, I don't know. It's gonna be a new team. It's gonna be tough.
Not me. I say they're gonna be number 1 in that
Lamar
league.
Jackson is getting a brand new offensive coordinator. They're installing a brand new offense. It's not gonna be running the ball anymore. It's gonna be passing. And you mean to tell me he about to have an MVP season? You crazy?
Absolutely, because
Crazy.
It's Lamar freaking Jackson.
Yes, that's
He's
true.
gonna get it done.
But think about it. You're talking about him in the sense of Lamar that was running the ball for 1,000 yards.
For
He
1,000
literally
yards,
just told
bruh.
you that they're changing the scheme, that
And
they're going
all
to
they
be
was
passing.
doing was
So
go
do you
routes.
think that Lamar Jackson can throw the ball for 5,000 yards?
No.
4,000.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That's not my
4,000
question. My question is,
no, not
do you think
5,000. No, not 5,000.
then that's
no.
the end of the discussion because the bar has
No.
been set.
Yo, T-Time, you want to know something
No.
crazy too? You know how he was talking about MVP season, Lamar Jackson. Another quarterback actually had a better season than a Lamar Jackson's MVP season. He threw for 4,400 yards, passing 36 touchdowns with 6 rushing touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards rushing. His name
Almost.
is Joshua Allen. In the same season that Lamar
Almost.
Jackson had, literally, he beat same amount of touchdowns as Lamar Jackson's total touchdowns for his MVP season, but more passing yards and dang near almost the same amount of rushing yards. But for some reason, Lamar Jackson MVP season is so stellar. I'm telling you, it's a different league than when this man won the MVP.
Exactly.
Josh Allen
It
is doing what Lamar Jackson did on the MVP season on the sneeze. Stop it.
I don't know about a sneeze because his
Stop
numbers technically dropped.
Oh,
His
you don't
numbers
even
dropped
defend
a
your
little
own
bit.
quarterback like this. This is crazy.
Bro,
It's Lamar Jackson, bro.
Yo, it's menacing, bro. It's
Lamar Jackson. He's the
Hold on.
he
Yo,
is the
This
the
dude is
dude.
funny. He said, y'all love calling everyone casuals. Then he said, I feel overdressed now. I thought this was formal. Yo, hey, my man, whoever you are, I'd love to have you on here for a fan interview. We did one with Fourth Quarter Game and it was dope. I'd love to have you on for a show. If you down, definitely let us know. We'll link up with you because you are.
I'm gonna put the
If you're not
email
anything
in the
else, you're
link right now.
hilarious.
I'll put the email in there now.
To further back my point, Josh Allen last year, 700 plus rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, over 4,200 yards passing. He does what Lamar Jackson did in his MVP, waking up and turning out the bed for breakfast. What Lamar Jackson did was special back then. Today is dog water. Let's keep it a stack, bro.
Yeah, but what Lamar Jackson is gonna do now is gonna be way crazier than what he did back then.
So you just
There's a
speaking on hope.
difference.
You just speaking on hope. We talking
No. I know that. We will see. I'm telling you.
Okay.
There goes the email address right there. You can email us the information to try to get you on the next show. We will let you know the do's and the don'ts and stuff like that. So just shoot an email.
Do that, and you could, if you following us on like Facebook or anything,
Send a
you can
message.
definitely contact us through there too. So definitely link up with us. We definitely want to do some more than fan interviews. It was a good time, and we're gonna we just gonna have the whole show be the interview because they get spicy. They get spicy, so that'll definitely be cool.
I know during the season, I think we should do not Thursdays, because Thursday is Thursday night football.
Y'all be
Thursdays
doing
is football.
watching football.
I don't know what we could be doing on a different day. I don't know.
He said we go live at 9 too. By the way, Phil. Now we definitely will, man. We definitely check you out.
Troll, well, I ain't trolling because I believe.
Look, I'm a troll. You see? No, he said it though. He owned up to it. I'm a troll. Yes, he is.
Hey, Giants, y'all better not talk bad about Lamar, y'all podcast. Look, 2 Giants. Yo, goofballs. Do not talk about Lamar Jackson. He does not tolerate Lamar Jackson.
Did you just say 2 balls?
No, I said goofballs.
Jerry Jones opened up that wallet. Yes, he did, Charles.
Yo, shout out. Yo, better late than never. Charles, shout out to you, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we spoke on that, Charles. He did open it up, but it was a team-friendly deal, too.
Listen, everybody that's in here, y'all do us a favor. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. We definitely appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got to get y'all in here on a normal basis because this was fire, man. Like, we thought this was gonna be a short
quick
episode.
40.
And, we've been on here
And I
for
know
an
I should
hour
have
and a
never
half.
said that, and it always happened
Yeah.
that way. Though.
Yeah,
Charles, though,
especially
for
when
sure.
we
We
talk
gotta
about
get
Lamar
Charles
Jackson.
on here a little bit earlier.
I
Charles, we
know.
gotta do a fan
Yo.
interview with you too.
Yo, if Lamar Jackson don't turn up this season, bro, I'm coming to every stream. I'm gonna wear my Ravens t-shirt, bro.
Coming in hot.
I'm coming in hot every
Yeah.
single. If Lamar take an L, I'm coming in hot. And don't let the Giants lose that same week. Ooh, it's gonna
Oh,
be
Giants
painful.
gonna lose. We're gonna lose like 5 games, 6
Five.
games.
Five
Yeah,
plus
5, 6 games. No, 5, 6 games.
I'll-
We're
I'll-
winning
you're not
10 to
winning
12.
10 games. You're
We're
not winning
winning
10
10 to 12. We're winning
You're
10
not
to
winning 10
12.
games.
Okay. We
Wait,
got
y'all
better
winning-
than last year, but we're not going to. Okay.
You're not winning 10
Wait.
games.
Oh, this dude
Wait.
bugging.
Ravens not making the play.
Come on, now that's what I like to hear, baby. That's what I like to hear.
That must be a Bills fan who's not making the playoffs.
You know,
But
you know, Jay is a Bills fan.
Giants losing at least 8 games. Now he's spitting facts.
Actual, I told you they're not winning 10
we're gonna
games,
be
bro.
9-8. You crazy?
They're not winning 10 games.
Why?
bro.
Why would that be crazy? What was your record this
You
year?
crazy?
It
It
was
was 9-8.
There was 9, 8, and 1. Remember that, okay?
No, 9-7-1.
It doesn't matter.
9-7-1.
The 1, that's a loss too, my boy. Stop it.
9-7-1.
You was the only one in here celebrating the tie as a loss. What, did we lose? Did we lose?
We didn't lose. We didn't lose. We didn't lose. It was a tie.
man.
Unfortunately, I hate ties, but it happened. And
Oh,
we-
now look at my boy said now including the playoffs. I didn't even know that was a thing. Including the playoffs, we're 10-7-1. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you put the playoff record in with the regular season record. That's different.
But they do it with the overall stats. Though.
Yo,
They
he's
do
not.
it with the
Listen, he's
overall
not going to
stats.
put his money where his mouth is.
He
Okay,
won't.
He's
I
just
tried
like,
it already.
He's just
He
like
said,
the
"I'm gonna put
Giants
my word."
organization.
No,
My
not bet.
word.
I don't
Yeah,
bet on
he's
my
just
team.
like the Giants organization. It's true to
I
his
don't
blood. They
bet on my
don't pay.
team.
Okay, they don't pay.
I don't bet on my team. That's one thing I don't do. I don't bet on my team. I do not.
Charles said, I think Saquon did the right thing, but he's worth a lot more than $10 million a year. He's the best running back in the game. Now you ain't lying.
Yeah, nah, he
You
definitely
have
worth
no
more.
argument.
Yeah, nah,
I
he
hated
definitely
it.
worth more. I mean, at the end of the day, the market dictates your value. So that's what it just comes down to. Keep your money, Ramon. Keep your money, my boy. Keep your money, man. He's smart, man. He know better, man. He know better, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, that is too funny. No, but hey, that's
Don't
a
bet
fact
the
too.
Bills
Oh,
in the
my gosh.
postseason. Oh, man.
That's a whole nother topic right there.
That's funny.
Yo, two
Yeah.
Giants, go ahead and send that email and put your link in the email. I don't think you can put your link into the YouTube chat for your channel. I definitely got to hop on it and take a look.
My boy said,
definitely,
right. He in here shooting shots at
Jeez.
everybody.
I like
Jeez.
it, man.
Definitely.
Hey, this is a place where a fan can be a fan no matter how
For
bad
sure.
your pick is.
Yo, my man, are y'all going live tonight? Because if so, I need to check y'all out.
My boy said, I got to clean up the schedule.
Oh man, y'all on it. Now tonight was a good time though. It was definitely a good time. We talked about a lot. We talked about Brock Purdy. We talked about Saquon. We talked about Diggs. We talked about Richardson. We talked about the breaking news with Herbert getting the bag. So we talked about a lot tonight. All right,
boy
bet.
got
Yeah,
that
we
Jalen Brown
definitely check it out.
I just subscribed. I just subscribed to y'all.
I don't know if I'm gonna subscribe though. I mean, I don't know about it. No. we show love for sure. We show love. But listen, we definitely about to get out of here. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. This is y'all favorite crew on YouTube, on Facebook, on social media, period. It is the Super Biased Sports Show. This is a place where a fan could be a fan no matter how biased your takes are. Two giant goofballs. No matter how biased you are, you can come on here and be a fan. It's your boy, The Bonnet. It's B-Rob. It's tea time. We out of here. We'll catch y'all again next week. Peace.
Deuces.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's that New York Giants, baby.